got walloped by this one, so I'm connecting with you a day later than I usually do, but that's okay. So, I'm Sitara. I am so thankful and so happy to be with you here today. My intention in holding space with you and for you is to create a container where you can kind of peel away your layers, peel away maybe your dead petals, your dried out petals, and really just slough off all that isn't working for you, all that hasn't worked for you, because the truth is that there are so many blessings and so many opportunities that are coming to us. Have you felt the quickening? Have you felt the power and the potential of these things that are coming into our life very, very, very quickly lately? I hope you have. It's been really, really ripe in my world and in my consciousness that the ego deaths are imminent, yet they serve in a very, very high way, a very, very high purpose, and that it's up to us to be able to surrender into them, leaning into the pain. Oftentimes, we want to run from the pain. When pain arises or triggers come up, we want to numb, we want to dissociate, we want to go to sleep, we want to use any one of our plethora of coping mechanisms that we've learned from early childhood and like la 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 la, pretend it doesn't exist. But what we really, really, really need is to nurture that inner part of ourselves, that wounded 14-year-old, that wounded 3-year-old, that wounded 8-year-old, whatever age we're recognizing the trigger is actually coming from. For myself in this last week, I was there nurturing my wounded 14-year-old self. I was there nurturing my wounded 3-year-old self. I was there nurturing so many different emanations of my inner child, because it was like trigger, 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 ready, set, go, like lean into it, which ultimately created a massive emotional storm. So I did my best to keep in within myself, knowing that I didn't want to lash out or take it out on anyone, while simultaneously knowing that what I needed to do was be alone, even though at times that's not always possible. So these ego deaths that are coming for us, they're coming and they're arising, and they show up in the form of triggers. They show up in the form of mirrors of people around us that bring to the surface these things that we would have rather forgotten, but ultimately are actually running in the undercurrent of our subconscious awareness, our subconscious mind, which draws and attracts these people, places, things into our life that is really there to support us and help nurture us and help us grow, but ultimately it still really hurts as it comes up. It's like we have to feel the pain. I had to feel the pain of my 14-year-old self that went into survival rather than having the emotional capacity at that time to be able to deal with an event that occurred, an event that happened that left a really strong imprint on my own subconscious. So this is almost 20 years later. I'm having an experience. There's an awareness of somebody else's presence in my world, in my life, that brought this to the surface. To that we say thank you, right? And so allowing that part of ourselves to be aware, to be held, to pause, to be nurtured, and to also be heard. There's no need for us to like turn the volume down on what needs to be said, because that is another part of the healing that's available to us, is that when these triggers come up and when they are hit, triggers exist in the egoic consciousness. So the ego is there to protect us, it's there to shield us, it's there to protect us from danger, it's there to just help us see things within ourselves more clearly. But oftentimes it flares up as like a defense mechanism until we learn how to work with the ego and really bring the egoic consciousness on board with the heart-centered intention of healing, the heart-centered intention of creating and growing, once enough of us has been integrated to be able to start being the divine creatrix or the divine creators that we are. So these triggers, as they come up, as we are being really thrown into the fire of our own growth, right? This is Aries season as I'm recording this. So we're being thrown into the fire of our own growth. We're being thrown into like the hall of mirrors. We're really being encouraged to feel into the sensations of what is alive for us in the core of our being, so that we can actually create the foundation and we can actually set the stage for us to step into the path of our absolute highest and best. Sometimes this will mean that people fall out of your life. Sometimes this means that there will be a shift in the job. Sometimes this means da 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 da. It's like when there are shifts, we have to let go of things to make room for new. And so when we're letting go of these things, sometimes it feels like we're like, we've taken a leap and we're just kind of in the air waiting for something to show up. And it's in that space that it's really important for us to stay calm and present with what is alive in our nervous system, rather than going, wait, I don't know, I can't see, da 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 da. It's like, okay, calm. There's something here for you. There's something alive for you. There's something shifting for you. And in fact, when you're in the air and you're unattached, you've let go of what has been occurring in the past, where you're like, okay, this isn't quite a fit, this isn't quite working, something's off, we need to shift it. When you let go of that and you haven't quite landed, it's actually the best time to start manifesting. It's the best time to start radiating and buzzing your frequency, because it's actually kind of like, this is really, I would say, more advanced energetics. This is advanced energetic understanding of how these things work. Is that when you're in that air, that like takeoff space, and you're there, you actually have the ability to start speeding up your vibrational current. You have the opportunity to start speeding up your vibrational frequency. And so as you're very intentional about it, rather than focusing on, whoa, what is lost, I can't believe I'm grieving, I'm in this space, like move through that as fast as you can. Do tapping, listen to my meditations, do what you can, move through it, get through it. Like we're focusing on resilience. Yes, give yourself the space and time and rest that you need, and also know that when you're in that space, you can maximize the efforts by being very intentional with how you're utilizing the time and space that you have to be able to heal, and you can get through things very quickly. So when you're in that takeoff spot and you're like, okay, these are the things that don't work, these are the things I do want, these are the things that were working, these are the unknowns, these are the things that I can feel are available to me, but I haven't yet connected to, so I can't really put them into words, but you can feel them, there's that sensation. That it's in those moments, and when you have these moments of bliss, these peak moments of bliss, where like actually the excitement of the new adventure starts to like come to you, and you can taste it and you can feel it, and your heart starts beating faster, and you know that it's there but you don't know what it is. That's the time to start speeding up. That's the time to start going. That's the time to start allowing the divinity and the divine that is within you and outside of you to start having a balanced influence on what can move through in and out of your world, in and out of your heart, in and out of your consciousness, in your mind, your intuition, your emotions, your heart-centered well-being, right? Yes. Beautiful. So now that we're ready, let's go ahead and start the deep dive in the transmission. As we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. A couple nice big deep breaths. Yona Tayanaya Anaya Iatanaya Iakuapuna Huokuapuna Kai Yes Yatanaya Tietatakeania Wahuapuna Yawa Akanai Ikiowa Anaya Hiatanai Ikiatatake Yoanaya Yanai Yoananai Yanai Yoananai Yanai Yoayanai Iatanai Iowa Uapunukuapua Siatanakai Yoayatanai Iasiatanaya Uapukua Tutukirkir Kurkurkrakat Kurkunakai Yoanaya Akanakiawa Yoana Ayakanakiawa Yoana Ayakanakayawa Unakuapua Haakana Sikua Tutakai Siktua Kukuna Haakanakai Ioanaya Akua Punaku, Ioanaya Okua Punaku, Ioanaya Okua Punaku, Ioanaya Ua Punakai, Ioanaya Ua Pua Haakanakia Kanakia Kua Pu Ukunakua Kakanai, Ianakia Ua Punakua Haakanakai, Sisianakai Kiwanako, Ioanaya, Ioanaya Haa, Ioaya A, Nokua Puna Haakana. Big deep breath. Yanaya ua pua haakanai, ia kanai, kiawa ua puanaya, akanaya, iawa ua puanai. Yoayanaya anaya wa ua puna kua pu, suana akanai. Big deep breath and allowing yourself to completely feel your internal world regenerating. Allowing what is not meant for you to fall away. Do your best to surrender. Do your best to let go. Do your best to just simply set the intention to release, release, release. Yonaya kana haaka. Yona haakana kayawana. Yana kana akayana. Yana kai iwa punu huukuana. Siana takai. Iana akana. Akani kiwa pua huaka. Go ahead and remind yourself of your root chakra connection from your tailbone all the way down to the center of Momogaya. Connecting in. Ianaya akanai. Ianaya iawa uapu unu ukua. Ianai iakanai. Ikianaya akanai kiatanakai. Iawa hua unu uapua oanaya akanai. Nianai anaya akanai. Ianaya ayawa uapu unuaka. So go ahead and rub your palms together. And go ahead and place your palms face up in a place that's comfortable for you. Just simply giving yourself a moment to feel deeply. And go ahead and set a prayer request for the support and nurturing healing from your own higher self. If there's a guardian or guide or higher power that resonates for you most in this moment, go ahead and allow yourself to open and to feel the sensation, to feel the energy of your direct connection to your very own creator. However you see, however you feel, however you connect, it's all welcome here. Just simply encouraging your heart to release fear. To release punishment. To release shame or guilt. Giving yourself permission to be free in your expression, free in your openness, free in your own accelerated grace. Ioanai iakanai, Ioanai ianakanai, Iawa uapu unua ha'a, Iawa anai iakanai, Iawa uanai. And if you so choose to, You can choose to honor the acceleration within your own body, mind, and heart. Allowing all parts of you to open fully, clearly, brilliantly, surrendering to the divine power that is omnipresent with your thoughts, your convictions, your actions, as well as with your wounds, your fears, your pains. To all of these that you carry within you that create your blocks, your barricades, your fearful no's. Welcome them to the surface in this moment. And as you welcome them to the surface, simply allow your body to surrender, knowing that you are there with your own higher power, giving yourself full permission to live a life with more permission to express freely, to dance when you want to dance, to sing when you want to sing, to speak when you want to speak, while also honoring the development of your own maturity. To know when the power of your word has a positive and beautiful influence with those around you. Allowing yourself to honor the truth of your own wisdom. As you beam, as you shine, as you feel the densities that you've been carrying for years, maybe even decades, just simply melt away. How much longer do you want to carry the pain? How much longer do you want to carry the story? How much longer do you want to attract people, places, things, circumstances that re-trigger your deepest wounds? How much longer? And so as you sit with that question and know that there is so much for you, so much power, so much brilliance, so much love, so much ease, so much grace. As you very gently, in this blissfully controlled setting, give yourself permission to unpack your emotional baggage so that no one else in your life has to carry it for you. That as you consciously choose to move on, to let go and surrender as much as you can, you're able to freely see and understand the truth of your own divine being. presence and activation of your own free will, meaning your ability to use your will to choose to sit in a space that allows you to connect with your own creator, however you see that energy, with your own higher self, the infinite part of your divine nature. Allowing the star that is within you. For some of us, it is an entire ecosystem. For some of us, it is an entire solar system that exists in the core of our heart that we are here to magnetize and amplify in this world. Whatever your soul calling be, allowing it to come to the forefront, peeling away, melting, and dissolving all parts of you that are weighing you down, holding you back, staying and committing to fear or the addiction to struggle. Knowing that it's okay for you to have these parts, we all do. We're all programmed in the society. That glamorizes pain and numbing in a very strange way. So as we give ourselves the opportunity to sit with our intention to create a life for ourselves based on our own divine purpose, and also how we can serve the world, contributing to our own happiness and fulfillment. We let go of the barricades of pain that may steer us into the direction that may cause more pain through self-sabotage. So I encourage you to lean in. You can come back and listen to this as many times as you like, for there will be many layers that come away and come off as you tune in to your capacity for existential healing and growth. Your power and divine presence is so beautiful. Your growth and divine presence is so beautiful. The shadow of your own self and your own wound in divine presence is absolutely lovable, worthy, guided, powerful, present, clear. And teachable, so teachable. The song is coming in before we close this one out. This is one that's been near and dear to my heart recently. Please prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary, home for you. And feeling your heart soften as you surrender to the prayer of allowing the embodiment of your own divine purpose to move through you with grace, to move through you with ease, as you once and for all finally agree to let go of the pain that is keeping you closed off from the possibilities and opportunities that are here for you in the world to help you shine and radiate in your brightest emanation, absolute brightest emanation. You are absolutely a true gift in this world. Undoubtedly so. You are a true gift in this world with so much to offer. So much to offer. In ways that you haven't even begun to tap into yet. And as we are stepping into the quickening of the ascension on this planet, there will be many of us coming out of hiding with a desire to support one another, with a desire to love one another, with a desire to see our own power and potential more fully actualized in community with others, honoring ourselves, honoring our own divine intention. And it is such a beautiful journey that we get to share and experience with each other, and the most powerful graciousness of our own heart. It's so beautiful, as you are so beautiful. You are so kind, you are so loving. No matter what you've done to hurt or disrespect yourself, no matter what your hurt or disrespectful self has done to hurt anybody else, it is all forgivable. It is all forgivable as we come into the unified field of our own divine consciousness, the unified field of our own divine, loving presence and well-being. So as we take a nice big deep breath, allowing the power of our love to fill the space around us, to fill the space within us. Let's go ahead and do a round of tapping. Let's just see what comes through. We're not going to start with the karate chop point. Let's just do a round on our face, allowing the power to come through. Ionai yatanai, ianai iatanai. I allow and receive the fullness of my power. I allow and I receive the fullness of my own power. I allow and I receive the fullness of my own power. I allow and I receive the fullness of my own power. I allow and I receive the fullness of my own power, removing any and all blockages from my field in this moment and any and other place and time, calling in all my energy from parallel lifetimes, dimensions, and space. Being here with my present body, here and now. Healing all aspects of my own aura, where there may be holes, rips, or tears. Regenerating to absolute health and well-being as I honor the truth of my divinity in every single moment, in every single action, in every single decision, in every single moment of clarity, and in every single moment of confusion. I truly believe and understand and know that I am worthy of my own highest divine emanation of love. Through all my woundedness, through all my despair, through all my pain and trauma, I am willing to see all parts of me as lovable, open, worthy, and whole. Take a nice big deep breath in and surrender, releasing. Let's just take a moment to bask in this energy field that we've created together today. I want to thank you so much for your time, for your presence, for your commitment to your own dedication, your own growth, for learning about your own abilities and how energy works for you. Everything is energy. It doesn't matter what your background is, what your religion is, where you come from, what color you are. Everything is energy. It's not something that has to contradict any beliefs. In fact, it amplifies and encourages the beauty and the grace and the purity that you already know you are connected with, and that is your own birthright to experience and emanate in this lifetime. With that, my dears, I absolutely love you. I absolutely adore you. I hope this serves you well, and please feel free to listen as many times as you like. Share if you haven't already. Like this video. It really helps with the circulation so that more people can get access to this. So any and all of your comments, your support, your love, it all makes a huge difference. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You heard me speak previously about the golden womb activation, and I can assure you that is coming. The universe delivered me a bit of a storm to grow through, as per usual, before leading something bigger than myself. So I have grown through that, come through the other side of the storm, and am back to focus on allowing the curriculum for the golden womb activation to come through. So with that, my dears, please look out for that. If you haven't already, check out the 7 weeks to embody your higher self course. You can find it still on my Instagram at Sitara Speaks. I'm sending you so much love and so much grace. So as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here is very much in love and very much complete. It is done, it is done, it is done. By the power of 3, a perfect trinity, it is done. Sealing the healing. All right. Love you.